So today I'm going to be making some chicken and dumpling soup. So the spices I have are a bay leaf, some crushed red pepper, some oregano, paprika, Celtic salt, pepper, and turmeric. I have my diced up chicken already here. And then under that, I have a couple onions and a few things of garlic cut up. My bone broth, which you can use any kind of stock you want. I have some dehydrated carrots and some dehydrated corn. So I'm going to start cooking this. I'm going to start with the onions first. My pan that's heating up with a little bit of oil. Those are going to go in, sweat for a little bit, and I'm going to add the chicken. So now that my onions are cooking down with my bay leaf that I blessed, I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in here in a little bit and get that seared up. So now that my chicken is cooking up a little bit, I am going to put in some of my bone broth that I have put back. It's still frozen. So I'm going to add some water and probably some of this. And you guys can use whatever you enjoy using. So my frozen bone broth is in. I added a little bit of the granules on top of it that I showed you a second ago. I put about 1 cup of water in here. And I'm just going to push that in the bottom. And, well, maybe if I could put my thumb down. And then I'm going to add my spices, and I'm going to put the lid on this and just let it sit till this defrosts. It won't take too long. I sprinkled in a little bit of these spices on top of the bone broth and some on the chicken. So that's just going to simmer, and I'll show you what it looks like next. Now that my frozen block is basically unfrozen, I am going to add in the sweet corn and the carrots. Now this company is a very good company. I like buying from them. Their stuff's generally pretty decently priced. It's dehydrated. So this is about 2 tablespoons that I have here. And I mean, it usually goes really well in the soups. I don't know who opened this can, but I'm afraid to actually touch the outer side of this can because, I don't know, it's probably a rabid person. Anyway, so I'm going to add some corn, which I usually don't add, but whatever. That's going to be quite actually a bit. So, the carrots, I love these carrots. I've been buying them for years from there. They cook up really well in this soup and lots of other soups. So, I enjoy that. I'm not partnered with them or anything. I just like their product. And I'm probably going to add 2 cups of water to this. And then I'm just going to take these biscuits and open the can, and I'm going to take hunks off of them, and I'm going to drop them into the boiling water. And then I'm going to put the lid on and let it simmer, and they're going to cook up nicely. And those are actually going to be my dumplings. There's many ways you can do the dumplings. You can make your own, but these are pretty cheap for me, and they cook up nice in a few minutes. This has been boiling for about 10 minutes. I added in an additional extra 2 more cups of water to this. Sorry about the fog. I have taken 1 biscuit and I've cut it up into 6 pieces. So just one of these biscuits, 6 pieces. And I just do this. I drop them in. I'll give it a little stir when I'm done putting these 2 cans in this big pan. And I'll put the lid on and I'll simmer it for approximately 10 minutes. And then it should be done. I mean, I'll let it sit for a minute or 2 afterwards because I think all soups need to sit for a hot second. But as you can see, my vegetables are rehydrating just fine in here. If I can get a good shot with the steam. Anyway, they're rehydrating just fine. I love this Augustin Farms because, look, see, my dumplings are already going. They're already ready. You know, they don't pay me or anything. I'm just saying I personally like them because I like a lot of their products. Their products last like 30 years. If you don't open them, like a year after you open them, you know, you just keep them in a cool, non-damp place. And I enjoy that because I only go grocery shopping every once in a blue moon because I do not like the store. And I love having vegetables on hand that I can use. And I can definitely always make soup with them for sure. And then if you run out of things or you forgot an ingredient when you went to the store, most of their stuff is reasonably priced, most of it. I would love to see celery come down to something more affordable, but I definitely like their carrots the most. The corn is a new thing for me. I'm just going to try it out in a couple soups with the people I own, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys. So it's still at a nice big boil, and I just keep dropping lumps of the dough in from these 2 cans of biscuits, which is what's on top. Try to throw them near the boiling areas. And then I just give it a stir here and there. And it is going to thicken up this soup quite a bit. They're all going to cook. It'll be fine. None of them are going to be raw. It's already thickening up quite a bit. So I got a couple biscuits left, and I'm going to do those. Still simmering. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Like I said, I usually give them 10 minutes total, and then they should be good to go. So midway through the dumplings being done, you know, the fire is on low. I went ahead and added, yet again, 2 more cups of water to this because it was getting way too thick. So at this point, I'm probably going to go ahead and turn my fire off, even though it's only been 6 instead of 10. It's an electric oven, so, you know, that plate underneath there stays nice and hot for about 10 more minutes. So you guys got to make sure you understand that there's a difference between gas stoves and electric stoves. And the electric stove will stay hot for quite a bit once you turn it off, so it will kind of simmer your food a little bit longer versus a gas stove, which cools off a lot quicker. Spent many, many, many years cooking on both of them. Thank you guys for watching, though. And I'll give you a peek at it when it's fully done. Like I said, I just added in that extra 2 cups of water again. So like I was telling everybody, there is a big difference in between gas and electric stoves. I've heard people tell me back when I was in my 20s that you can just get the water boiling, honey, pour the noodles in and put the lid on and turn the fire off and they'll cook. Okay, well that's true for an electric stove. You can get the water boiling. You can turn the heat off, and you can have them cook in about 10 minutes. That is not true for a gas stove, okay? So with the electric stove, I do get my water boiling. I pour my noodles in. I usually use about 2 pounds of noodles because my family's big. And then I will wait 1 minute. I will stir it, and then I will turn off the electric heat, and I'll put the lid on, and I'll stir it here in between there and there because it will bubble over if you don't. But that is absolutely not true for a gas stove. So please keep this in mind when you're looking at anybody's recipes or anything that they're cooking. Times will be different for you. And as always, if you have actually made it this far in this video, which I appreciate, you can see my soup is getting quite thick now. I am in between jobs right now. I would appreciate it if you like this. Please follow along, share a comment, subscribe. I do lots of different things. I do tarot. I do cooking, gardening. I pretty much do everything that I enjoy in life. I'm going to start doing possibly some live soon up on my mini bus house. So if anybody's interested, and please only follow along if you like it and you want to, okay? I appreciate you all. I love you all. And thank you so much. And God bless. Oh, look, there's my bay leaf that I blessed. So when people do get this in their bowl of soup, I always tell them, a little family thing I tell them, is that they are the one who is blessed that day because they got the bay leaf in their soup. So just in case you guys ever want to try a little weird family tradition, that is one that I've enjoyed for years.